afternoon, Miss Abney, and thank you for allowing me to observe your code.org class today. I appreciate the thoughtfulness, planning, and engagement I saw in your classroom. Let's take a few minutes to discuss what went well and how students responded and what we might build on for future lessons. What standards were you focusing on during this lesson?
Thank you, Ms. Provo, for observing me today. The standards that I focused on were CSTA 3A, CSTA 3B.
Okay. What indicators help you know students understood the coding concept or debugging process?
Well, I could tell students were understanding the coding and debugging process through their ability to explain their reasoning while working through challenges. Additionally, student reflections and exit tickets reveal that most students could articulate the purpose of debugging and describe how they fix their code.
So were there any misconceptions that you noticed, and if you did, how did you address them?
Well, few students initially misunderstood the difference between sequencing and looping, which caused some of their programs to repeat unintended actions. To address this, I modeled a sample program and allowed students to practice rewriting their code with proper loops. Afterwards, we reviewed the differences together and students successfully corrected their programs.
Because I saw several instruction strategies in action, such as the guided coding practice and the peer collaboration. Which strategy do you feel was the most effective in helping students meet the lesson objective?
Well, the most effective strategies during the lesson, I think, were guided practice, pair programming, and real-time feedback.
Okay. And what evidence do you have that this strategy worked?
Well, the evidence that instructional strategy was effective came both from student performance and engagement. During the lesson, students were able to successfully complete the coding challenges on code.org with minimal assistance.
So let's look at the students' response in the coding samples. What can you tell us about what did they understand?
Well, student code samples revealed that most students could apply correct syntax, use loops efficiently, and debug errors independently. Their exit tickets confirm this understanding.
Okay. How might we extend this strategy to support students who may need the extra enrichment or the reteaching?
Well, for students who need additional support, I plan to use small group reteaching sessions where we revisit foundational concepts like the sequencing and conditional logic through visual examples and guided coding practice. As far as enrichment, I can challenge advanced students to modify existing programs or design original projects that incorporate user interactions. I also intend to use code.org's free play levels to encourage exploration and creativity while still reinforcing the same learning objectives.
Okay, and I noticed that the students were using code.org on their iPad, which provided great hands-on experience with block and text-based coding. Were there any opportunities to integrate additional tech tools such as collaborative platforms, debugging, extension, or visual coding analysis to enhance problem solving?
Yes, there were several opportunities to integrate additional technology tools to further enhance the students' problem-solving skills. We use code.org while providing a strong foundation for coding practice and tools such as Google Classroom, Excel, and Access.
Okay, how might you use code.org data or progress dashboard to track mastery and personalize student learning?
Well, the code.org data and progress dashboard is a powerful tool for monitoring student mastery. I regularly review the dashboard to identify which students are advancing quickly and which ones that may be struggling with concepts or lessons. The data also allows me to group students for targeted reteaching or provide individualized support during work sessions. And for those who have mastered the content, I can assign extension challenges to deepen their learning. And by using the dashboard data, I'm able to personalize their own instruction.
So I want to thank you again for sharing your instructional time with me. You're building important computer thinking skills that connect directly to real world applications. Let's plan a follow-up to see how students progress as they move into the next coding challenge. So I want to get with you before they go home for Christmas and, just follow up on the things that you told me.
Okay, that sounds good, Ms. Provo. Thanks again.
All right.